desserts are fun, and I'm back here with two of my kitchen bakers. We've got Menka and Fiona.
Hi.
So they're joining us again to make something today, something with chocolate. I wonder what that could be. Ah, brownies! Menka's excited about making brownies today. Yes. So we've got our assembled ingredients here, so now we're going to put things together. So we have a wide variety of things to make for brownies. And this one has a pound of butter.
Ooh.
A pound of butter.
You know it's going to be flavorful then.
It's going to be good, yeah. Okay, so Menka, we've got a list here of stuff.
Okay.
So what do we have here?
So we have 1 pound plus 12 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Yep. So I've got here, we can start on assembling. So this is the 16 ounces because you have to separate them out for this. This is the 12.
Okay.
So 16 ounces, just so you know, is the pound of chocolate chips. And the way I know that is because I have a weight measurement. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that before. You just keep piling it in, and then you weigh it until it reaches the point that you want.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I do this. Okay, and then we have some butter. Oh, speaking of butter, we have a pound of butter. Here's the pound of butter. The pound of butter is melting here on the stove. So we've got that. I also have a pot of boiling water here because we're going to create, we're going to make the chocolate using the bowl on top of the pot.
Okay.
I know there's a word for it. Careful life. Okay, what's next?
6 ounces bitter chocolate.
Yeah, so what I'm using this time, I'm changing the recipe.
Okay.
So this is 100% cacao. So it's
really
different.
bitter.
It's gonna be bitter. So this is about 4 ounces here, and I'm going to take 2 squares from here to make the 6 ounces.
Cool.
So now my favorite chocolate is Ghirardelli. You haven't seen that before. It's one of the better chocolates. All right, what else?
We have 3 tablespoons instant coffee granules.
Yes, and what this does is actually enhances the flavor of the chocolate. So even if you're making like one of those chocolate cakes out of a box, if you add some chocolate, you add some chocolate. You probably could add some chocolate. But if you add coffee to it too, it'll actually enhance the flavor.
Now, have you ever tried changing up the recipe using decaf granules?
No, I've never done decaf, but I like to change the coffee around. So maybe getting some different, not flavor, but types of coffee if you want to use that. So you can try like a vanilla one, for example. If you want to try that, you can do that as well.
Okay. And we have 2 tablespoons of pure vanilla extracts.
So this is my Mexican vanilla. I love this vanilla. So we'll be using that.
And we have 2 1/4 cups sugar.
That's it. It's a lot of sugar, a lot of butter. Good stuff.
1 1/4 cup all-purpose flour.
Yep.
1 tablespoon baking powder. That.
Ta-da! She's our Vanna today.
And salt. I'm assuming is this.
That is salt.
Okay.
Yes. We're not using all that salt. We're just gonna.
Okay. I thought. Well,
just not to scare you here. Not to scare you. Some things are not pre-measured.
And last but not least, chopped walnuts.
Yeah. So this is about 3 cups of chopped walnuts. Okay. So now we have to do some assemblage. So first is the butter is melted, I believe.
Yes.
According to the instructions. And now I have to melt some chocolate.
Yep.
And we are melting about the 16 ounces, right? It's the pound of chocolate chips. And I think you add the butter in with it as well.
So we're doing the pound of chocolate chips and the bitter chocolate.
With the butter. So we're going to add in our chocolate.
Water is not a chocolate's friend.
No, so that's right, Menka. Thank you for pointing that out. So you have to be very, very careful. You don't want water in there. It'll actually seize it. You don't want seized chocolate.
Although I do have a trick.
What's your trick?
So one time it did happen where water went in, and so what I did was I poured hot cream.
Oh, okay. That resurrects it? Yeah.
Yeah. So, it was a lot thicker than I would have wanted it to be, but at least it wasn't in all these nasty chunks.
Exactly, right? We don't want nastiness. So what this is basically doing, instead of actually heating it directly over the pot, it's a gentle heat to melt it, so you don't overdo it and burn it. So Menka and Fiona have tried the brownies that I've made previously.
And they're delicious.
They love them. Those at work also love them too, so I figured why not? I would show them how to make them today.
And we thank you for it.
Take one of my.
Large
I have
bowl.
beautiful bowls today,
Yes.
but the ugly bowls are also in play as well. They're holding things. Alright, so we'll move these over here. We're going to need these for later.
Okay, so what are we doing in this one? We are putting together the eggs.
Yeah. So we have 6 extra large eggs.
We're going to put 2 tablespoons of the vanilla extra.
Okay.
Okay.
And if a little extra gets in there, I'm not going to cry.
There's one. And a little extra.
It's a splash for the cook and a splash for the pot, right?
And we're going to add the coffee.
Coffee granules. In.
And the sugar.
Okay, 2 1/4 cups sugar.
Okay.
Is that all measured out for 2 1/4 cup?
This one. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. There we go.
So we have to leave the chocolate alone for a little bit to cool down because we don't want it to cook the eggs.
Cool. Just want to break the egg yolks here.
How's your chocolate coming along?
Chocolate is done. We just have to let it cool down. So we want to be careful with the eggs so that we don't beat them too much because you want to keep them kind of on the whole side, right? Okay, so you're just about ready?
Mm-hmm.
So this is cooled down just a little bit, so we're going to pour it in gently
Okay.
and then Menka can stir a bit. So actually, Fiona, we'll have you hold that.
Hold it for sure.
So give this a smell.
Mmm.
This is what makes it smell.
Okay, why don't you just pour it?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey Menka, you want that straw?
I call dibs on the spoon.
You're giving me a workout today.
Yeah, we got still lots of loveliness in here. So.
I see a bowl and a spoon for somebody to lick.
It's true. Look at this.
Wow.
That looks really good.
So Fiona, looks like you get to try some of the chocolate mixture.
Thank you.
Without getting all this. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to put this into the fridge,
Okay.
and we're going to cool it down that way. So
Okay.
I'll rescue this from. So. Is it good?
That's very good. Very good.
So we put everything here. Okay, so we'll just put that in here. I'll put this in the fridge. Just let it cool down. While that's cooling, now we're going to assemble the next part of it. So we need the bigger, beautiful bowl. And we're going to do the flour. So we're going to put that in here.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And then I'm going to add in the baking powder and salt. So here's the baking powder. And then I need, we need salt. It's just a teaspoon. So now we need 1 teaspoon of salt. Salt is a little on the hard side. There we go.
This is quite a cool contraption you have.
A magic sifter.
Yeah.
There we go. Everything's all sifted together.
Wonderful.
I've taken the cooled mixture from the fridge, and now we're going to add in our flour. So I'm just going to dump it all in here, and then we'll stir it in. Okay, there's another one there. Thank you. And then what we need to do is we need to take this, I believe, the chocolate chips and the walnuts. And I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of the, can I have the chocolate chips? Thanks. So dump those in there. So now I've got the 1/4 cup of flour here. We're going to add this to here. Now the reason for that is so that it coats the chips and the walnuts. So Menka's going to give it a shake.
Toss it.
Did you find another one? Oh, here you go. You can use that one.
Here you go.
Thank you.
So So now what that does is it coats the walnuts and the chocolate chips and so that they won't fall to the bottom of the pan. And because you don't want your mixture to be hot, you cool it down so that when you add this into it, it doesn't melt the chocolate chips until it gets into the oven.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So Menka, when you're done with that, I'm gonna put this mixture into that bowl.
Okay.
Okay. And then we put it onto a baking tray and put it into the oven. Right, here we go. And then you're gonna, I'll just do it this way. Look at this, gooey gooey. Hopefully you can see on camera. How is it? Now because this has raw eggs in it, I wouldn't, if you want to get into it.
I don't think this stopped her before.
I know! The look on her face was like, okay, well, I don't think that's going to stop her. So now what I've done a few other times is I've added score bits to it. You can change the nuts if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Make it your own. You can change the chocolate. Now my family hates it when I change things because sometimes it doesn't turn out exactly the way you want it to.
Especially when you get the recipe to a way you do like it.
Yeah, you can actually smell the coffee, right? I don't know if you
Yeah,
got it with
you
you.
can.
This here, we bring these things here, bring this here. Clear the decks. Okay, so now we take the big bowl.
That looks very good.
Doesn't it? Yeah. Just want to make sure it's still mixed. And then you just pour this into. You can see how easy this is. Eh? It's worth it. Okay, and then all you do is you spread it out. Now I've got this half sheet pan, which is what this is. It's lined with aluminum foil, and then I sprayed some cooking spray on top of it, and then I cut a piece of parchment paper and laid that on top of it as well, so that you can take it out easy enough. So look at it, guys. So you just want to spread it all the way to the ends. There we
If
go.
we can get the oven to cook it quick enough.
I don't think so. Okay, in the oven it goes. Thank you. Okay, so it goes in the oven for about 20 minutes. Our 20 minutes are up, and I'm letting Fiona and Menka sit on the couch for a little while so they can relax because we've been working hard on brownies today. So I'm going to take these out of the oven and we're going to just bounce them on my counter. And the reason I do that is to let the air bubbles out. Here's what they look like. And that's all you do. Okay, back in the oven for another 15 minutes, and then they're done. Well, according to my oven, the 15 minutes is up, so we're going to rescue the brownies from the oven. Okay,
Ooh, wow.
so look at that.
Wow.
That's our brownies.
If only your viewers could smell it.
I know. They
It smells
haven't
amazing.
invented smell-o-vision. So what we have to do now is we have to, unfortunately, let these babies cool. And then hopefully we'll get to try some afterwards. So our brownies need to be unveiled now. They think they've cooled down sufficiently enough. So if you don't want to help me at that end, I'll just unwrap the foil and see if we can lift it up and then there. Thank you, Menka. Look at this. They are crumbling apart a little bit, but that's okay. So I know Fiona's been dying to try this, so I'm going to cut some and we're going to eat. Here's a knife here. So let's cut. Is that sufficiently big enough, you think?
I think it is.
Okay.
My.
So they're still warm. There we go. Okay, put it.
Oh.
It's okay.
So hot, it's crumbling.
Yeah, it is. There we go. So we're going to do something a little different. So I have here, this is dulce de leche, which all it is it's reduced milk with sugar. And I'm going to put drizzle.
Wow.
some
I
of
think this is
and
gonna
then
be
Fiona's
amazing.
going to eat it. There's a fork, so please try it out and
Thank you.
give us a review. We're all looking.
Oh, wow.
It is
It's
amazing.
amazing.
Amazing. You definitely have to have a piece.
Great.
A piece this size.
Oh. Well, thank you again for watching Desserts Are Fun with my friends Fiona and Menka. We just made brownies. Now we're going to devour. Well, we're not going to devour all of them, but we will devour a good piece of it.
Oh, yes.
So thank you again for watching. For more episodes and my blog, please visit my website at brownienumber.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.